G'day everyone, welcome to Two Wheel Workshop. I'm Brody. We're back on the Ninja today and I'm fixing this leaky clutch slave cylinder. So I already flushed and bled the system, took it for a test ride, probably did about 200 Ks, and when I got back I had a drip underneath the bike just down here. So I opened up the master cylinder and this is what I'm working with. So I was very close to having a clutch that just didn't work at all. So I've gone and got myself a new seal and a new return spring. So we'll get the slave cylinder off and we'll try and rebuild it. Alright, so I'm just going to try and minimise the amount of brake fluid that goes all over my floor when I pull this thing off. So I'll just try and get out everything that I can from the system before I go on bolting it. I can hear it sucking air in the master cylinder already. I reckon that's about as good as I'm going to get. Alright, so I'll just stuff rags around it and then I'll crack the banjo bolt and I reckon I'll lose a bit more brake fluid that way. Oh shit, that's more than I thought. Alright, now we'll try and get it off. My hand's probably completely in the way here, but you get the idea. Alright, and there she is. That looks bloody gross. Alright, so here it is. It's got this spacer on it, so I'll remember the orientation of that. I'll put that to the side. And we've got to get this piston out. So I'm going to use compressed air. I don't want it to come flying out, so I've just turned it right down. I'll start out with 20 psi and I'll just build up from there and see how we go. Actually, I'm going to put some eye protection on so I don't get brake fluid in my eye. Alright, there we go, safety first. Let's give it a crack. Huh. Oh, 20 psi, did it. That's perfect. Alright, so there's the return spring. I have a new one here, probably didn't need one, but whatever. And there is the seal. So this seal has definitely seen better days. Right. So that spring just pops off. Make sure I put this on the right bloody way. That's pretty obvious. Just goes on like with the tapered part facing down or towards the top of the piston, I guess you'd say. And I'll make sure I give that a really good clean because that is probably not going to help it seal either. Alright, so I've been scrubbing like crazy and I just can't get this out. So I've rigged this up, and hopefully that'll speed up the process. I reckon that's probably good enough. The all that stuff around the top, the seal doesn't run in that portion of it anyway. It only runs down the bottom, so I reckon that'll be good. I'll get the seal off. Alright, I'll clean this bit up as well. Alright, so the tapered bit facing towards the top of the piston. There we go. Put the new spring on. Clean part of the rag. We'll just give everything a little bit of a wipe over with brake fluid before reassembly. Right, that's moving a lot freer than it was before. So, put this back on in the same orientation it was before. We'll bolt it all back up, bleed it, and then see how she goes. Let's just get on there. Because there's a new spring in it, I've actually got to use a bit of force to hold it in while I do these bolts up. Hand in front of the camera once again, sorry. Alright, so there's the banjo bolt, and there is two sealing washers, one on either side of the actual brake line itself. So make sure this one's on the banjo bolt, and then we'll slip this one in behind the brake line. Did I just drop it? No, there it is. And we'll reinstall the banjo bolt. All right, so what we'll do now is we'll just bleed the system. If you don't know how to do that, I'll leave a link to a video of bleeding the brakes. It's exactly the same process. There shouldn't be much air in it because we've already gotten all of that out with the fluid coming in behind it. Oh, there's some. Still more air bubbles. Alright, so that's that done. So what I'll do now is I'll give the bike a clean. Whenever you do anything with brake fluid, like bleeding brakes or clutches, it's a really good idea to wash the bike afterwards because paint doesn't like brake fluid, and any drips you get anywhere, if they sit for too long, it'll really start to mess things up. So I'll do that, I'll take it for a test ride, and then hopefully it's not leaking when I get back.